Okay. So first of all, we need to understand how Python run in our system or either on server. For this, we need when we think for any programming language, for running and getting the outputs of that programming language, we need some interpreter. What is the role
Hello?
of interpreter and compiler?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
I think there is some issue with the audio. We are unable to hear you.
Achha, not able to hear. So
It is audible.
audible.
You are audible, sir. You are very
Please check
much
your
more
internet.
audible.
Fine. Please check your internet. Okay. So what is Python or either any programming language like Java or C, C++, PHP, C hash, Golang? For working with any programming language, we need some interpreter or compiler. So from this, how many from the computer background, those will understand what is compiler and interpreter. What is the role of the compiler and interpreter? Basically, when we write anything in computer language, like for example, right now I am typing anything. This is for test. Anything if we type here. But computer will never understand A, B, C, D. This never understand. They understand only machine level language. Means 0 or 1. Combination of 0 and 1, later machine understand. And how from ABC to converting into 0 and 1, this is the role of the compiler and interpreter with the programming languages. And what the compiler and interpreter do, they convert our language, what the syntax we have written there, into machine level language. So 0 and 1 combination of things is machine level language. Later we will understand also what is the number of, when we, for example, if we are typing A or if we are typing 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many is converted into 0 and 1, there is some format we will cover in our syllabus. In the later classes, I will explain this out. So here it is very important to understand, for working with any programming language, we need some interpreter or compiler. Please don't unmute. If anybody will do things again, I will remove from here this one. Okay. Remember this thing. Don't unmute. We have a limited time. We have already completed 9:15. So sharply 10 p.m. I will close the session. So what is Python? So working with any programming language. So with any programming language, if we want to write any script or program, and if we want to execute and get the output, we need some interpreter type of thing or either compiler type of thing. So this is very important to understand what is the difference between compiler and interpreter. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? So the difference is, when we write our codes, okay, after then, if we execute that program in a single shot, if the error is coming, then it's compiler. Before executing of any program, if we compile at one time, so like Java is a compiler, okay, Python has both compiler and interpreter both. Okay, so when we run our program at a single shot, if we are getting if we are getting the errors from whole program, so you understand this is a compiler. If we are getting the error one line by line, means if we have 100 line of the codes in our file, 10 line of the code has executed, it has showing the output on the screen. And if the now error has come, then it is showing the error, that is calling interpreter. Later we will explain in a deep way. Right now we don't need to go in a deep way. Just you need to understand what is the difference between compiler and interpreter, what is compiler and what is interpreter. These things very important to understand. So Python is a programming language that has an interpreter also and compiler also. When we execute file, it's giving the output there, it's automatically called interpreter. When we want to convert the Python file into PYC file, it's called compiler file. Later when we execute, then you will understand very easily. So first of all, when we are working with any language or either in any Word file or doc, any other files, we always remember one thing we need to give there. Like when we are working with the Word file, we need to give doc or other docx. When we want to work with the Excel sheet, then we need to give XLS or either XLSX. These are extension. We always remember this extension. With the help of this extension, the mediator language like machine interpreter compiler understand this file belong to which things. Okay, so according to this, when we work in a Python programming, at the time we need to give py file. It means if we want to create a file abc, then we need to save with this file with the py. Means py stand for Python. abc.py. When you see with any file dot extension with the py, then you always understand this is a Python file. So Python codes are written in this file. Okay. So what is Python? Python is a general purpose programming language. Okay. Python is an interpreted high level general purpose programming language. What is meaning of this? High level means, high level programming means they are advanced. Python means the class based concepts are available in the programming. It's called high level programming language. Where we will use inheritance, where we will use encapsulation. These features will be available if the OOPS concepts are available. Generally, it's called high-level programming language. If the OOPS concept is not available, then it's called a low-level programming language, or directly it will be very faster. The difference between also, like when you are working with the C programming language, directly you can compile there, it will be give the output there. Okay, it will be very fast there also. Fine. 1 second. Yeah, Wajahat, please don't disturb here because you always are unmute your mic. Right. This time I have already admitted you. From next time I will not admit. Okay. So remember this thing. So Python is a here interpreted high level general purpose programming language. So interpreted means you understand it's giving the interpret, and line by line according to the execution of the code, it will give the output on the screen. High level means it has the OOPS concept in this programming language. So we can inheritance use, we can encapsulation, we can abstraction, these type of thing we can use here. General purpose programming language means general purpose means we can use Python for any type of functionality, for any type of project we can use, any type of thing we can use, like any type of thing is what are things. So right now, how many types of application available? How many types of application available? So basically one is a web-based application. In a starting it was a standalone application, web-based application. Third one is a mobile application. These are very important. So what is the meaning of standalone application, and what is the meaning of web-based application, and what is mobile application? The standalone applications are using in the starting of the computer era. Means when it has computer has introduced in the market, at the time what we are doing, we are creating a file in the exe format. After then we need to install in a particular system. That application will be available for only for that particular system. Like when you have installed in your system Windows OS, after then if you are using Office in your system, means you need to install Office package, any one package like 2020, what the initial we are using at the time 2000 version. So .exe file. Here we are understanding what is the meaning of exe. Any executable file, when we want to install any software in our system, in a Windows system, it will be always identified by exe. The exe is an executable file. Without executable file, we can't install any software in our Windows system. Like in Linux OS, we have not there any exe concept. There is some different type of files are there, RPM, and it based on the OS name, like Ubuntu is there, CentOS is there, and some other OS are also available. Okay, these and Red Hat. These are most popular. While Ubuntu is a very comfortable, who has the background from the Windows OS. Right now, you can see my you are able to see my screen. So what thing we are doing here? This OS has a Ubuntu OS. So how we will get here? So for example, if I came here and if I go in a settings, then we can know about. Here you can see this is a Linux OS. Here it is showing the device name, how many memories are there, processor, graphics card available or not, what the disk capacity. So with the help of this, we understand, like here it's very easy to manage this OS also. What is the advantages of Linux OS and what is the advantages of Windows OS? It's very easy to manage Windows OS in a starting era. Nowadays, the very GUI options are also available in Linux. The difference is here, Linux OS is an open source. So in the previous class, I have already gone through what is the meaning of the open source. Open source means if we want to use this OS, we don't need to pay a single amount to any company. This is openly available. We can install in our system, we can use. So what is the advantages of the Linux OS is we don't need any antivirus. Why antivirus don't need? Because what is the meaning of the virus? Virus is a type of also a program. What is virus? Virus is also a type of program that automatically execute. Means without your click, if the file is automatically in an infinite loop or some other concept they are implementing, that is called virus. So this is creating the issue in our system. But in Linux OS, the exe treat as a normal file. So if you will do anything, nothing will be happen. If you are click double time, 2 times, 3 times, nothing will be happen. So the advantages of Linux OS is we don't need any antivirus. We don't need antivirus. No need of the antivirus. While we are using Windows OS, we need install antivirus also. We need to install Office also. These all are paid. Windows OS is also paid. Office is also paid. Microsoft SQL Server is also paid. Microsoft.NET, Microsoft, what the product Microsoft has launched in the market, all products are paid also. We need to pay because we are not, why we are not paying or why you are not paying if you are using the Office or Windows, because you are using the student version. The student version they are giving a free, or either you are using the pirated software. That is you are using, but if they will know, they will find out to us also. So in comparison of this one, if we are going with the Linux OS, No need of the antivirus, no need of the any office, everything by default is available. So like if we want to install anything, any software, we need to go software center here, in Windows, in mobile, Android, Play Store are there, like same thing is here, is a software is available. You want to search anything, you can install here. Across 80%, 90% softwares are free available here. We don't need to pay any amount. Why I am explaining? Because when you want to make your career in the IT field, if you have background from the Linux operating system, it will be very helpful for you, because nowadays in the industry, 80% companies are using Linux operating system for the development, also for the deployment. Also deployment 100% is going. The server always happen in the Linux operating system, not in Windows. Windows OS is a different. When we are developing the software in the C# and Windows environment, then they are using the Windows server. But the maximum web-based applications are using in a Linux environment. Okay, so it's very important, if you will start from right now to focus in the Linux operating system, it will be advantages in your future job. When you will go for the job, when you will do the job in the company, it will be easy to manage the things there. You will be aware previously, then it will be easy to work there. So for this, we have already discussed. So now stand-alone application we are discussing, and server-based application. So the stand-alone application means if we develop any software for a single system, where we have installed that software, only that software will be available only for that system. It's called a stand-alone system, a stand-alone application that was using in previous time. Nowadays, everything is developing on a web-based, means from any corner of the world, we can use that application. This is called web-based application. So what the thing we can do here in using the Python language, maximum we are using for the web-based application. Window-based application means the standalone application also, it's also possible. Here using one library is there, tkinter. Some other libraries are also available for develop the standalone application, but it's rarely used. No one is using in the industry. For the learning purpose, we can understand this thing, but it's not useful in the industry. So you will understand what is a standalone application, what is a web-based application. Web-based application means any type of things. If we are running on the on the browser, on the server, it is called web-based application. Like Flipkart is also an application, Facebook is also an application, Amazon is an application, Twitter is an application. Okay, web, you can tell that one website also, but it's not a website. Website is the overall umbrella. Inside one, this is called application. There is only not the only the static pages are there. We will discuss later what the static pages are there, what is the graphical things, what is the database interactive things. We will discuss later. So the Python, using the Python, what we will learn here, we will use for web-based application and system-based application also. Like for the automation part, we don't need to use any framework for developing of the web-based. And for DevOps parts also, we don't need any framework. Here, if we want to work with the web-based application, of course, we need one framework. Django or either Flask. Okay. So what's our motive right now? We will not go with the framework. Only our focus is right now to understand the Python programming language. Okay. So you understand what type of applications are available in the industry. That is a web-based application, stand-alone application, or mobile application. What is the mobile application? Means when we are developing any program that will execute only on mobile, either the mobile is iOS or either the mobile is Android version, either it is a tab, anything, this application will call as a mobile based application, mobile application. Now, so here it's clear. So Python is an interpreted high-level general purpose programming language. Okay, when Python has introduced in the market, and who has developed this Python programming? So the Python has started in 1985 by Guido van Rossum. Is the inventor of Python. He has not alone. He was not alone. He has a team who has worked and developed a programming language. Initially, the name was not Python. They are thinking what thing we need to give. So the name Python has derived from, and they have launched in the market first version in 1991 for the public purpose, for the public use. So Python name came from, at the time a BBC TV show was going there. That program name was Monty Python. From there, they have taken Python name. After that, it's calling a Python programming language. So, who has developed? The Guido van Rossum has developed. So the major version of the Python divided into three parts. So version 1, version 2, and version 3. In this version, this is a major version. In this version, there are many subversions are available. So this version 1 has launched in the market in 1994. And version 2 has launched in the market in 2000. Still, Python version 2.7 is using in industry. But nowadays they are going very slow down. They all are migrating in this version 3.0. So when 3.0 has come, it has come in 2008. So with the help of this year, you can understand how the Python programming language is established. This is very important for all of us. We need to learn, or we need to work in that technology that should be very stable. So from 2008, the version 3.1 has launched. Right now, the stable version is 3.10. Still, we are working between 3.5 to 3.10. Right now, we are working in the industry. Okay, what is the meaning of this one 3.1? Not only 3.1. After 3.1, you can see also 3.1.0, 3.1.1, 3.1.2. This type of things also come. These are the major version. These are also a version, but here it's called revision. Here 1, here 2, and also it will go more also. These are called revision. What is the meaning of revision? When there is a little changes means if we are working in anything, like in any programming language, it means they will provide you some stable version. They will provide you some development version that is not stable. The difference between development version and stable version is, in stable version, they will give you some support that this language, this version will be executed for a longer time. Okay, and we will provide the support there also. And in the unstable version means they are working on that one. What the error and bug was available in the previous version, They will do. Now I will not admit na anyone. Okay, it's very disturbing to me. Now the when the when we are working on any version, means we should always focus. We need to install only the stable version in our system. We don't need to use unstable version. If we will use any unstable version, it will create a problem in our program. So we will focus only the stable version. When you will go and download in your system any programming language, check there the stable version. I will show you the also what is the stable version of the Python. Fine. So here, if there is any defects are available in the programming language, if they remove only that defects and they provide the patch in the industry, that is called basically revision. If there is a major changes, means if they are adding some advanced features, major bug fixing, at the time they are changing the version. Like 3 is a major version, after then 3.1, then 3.2, then 3.3, these type of things. Okay, so right now, so you can see here in version 1 launched in 1994, after 6 years they have launched version 2, after 8 years they have launched version 3, and from 2008 is still in the market. 3.11 is available. No 4 version has been launched in the market. So around 14 years, more than 14 and 15 years, it's stable in the market. Means what the things we have learned still from 15 years, the same things are available. Few changes have been done, few things have been already deprecated that we can't use the latest version. So with the help of this, you can understand Python is a stable programming language. Okay, now so from here, what is Python? You understand? What is its history? What is Python? Python is the interpreted high-level general purpose programming language. This is if anyone asks you what is Python, you can reply Python is a interpreted high-level general purpose programming language. This is a single line definition of the Python. And what is its history? So Python has 3 major versions. Python 1 that is launched in the 1994, Python 2 version that is launched in the 2000, Python 3 version that is launched in the 2008. These 3 versions are available in the market for the Python, but we are using only the 3rd version. If the project is already developed in Python 2 version, they are still maintaining if the project is very bigger. But later they will do also changes, migrate the software from Python 2 to Python 3 also. Because many things will not be supported after longer time. The functionality and the function will be deprecated, then the application will be not execute. Now, why Python? What is the reason we need to use Python? So, because Python is a easy programming language. It is easy to understand. It's a beginner programming language. It's a platform independent. It's very important for us to understand Python is a platform. Python is platform independent. What is the meaning of independent? Platform independent means we can, platform means what? Platform is Windows, Linux. Platform means basically it represents our operating system. Macintosh also. If we have written any program in Python language in a Windows OS, we can execute the same file in Linux also. We can execute same file in a Macintosh also. What is the meaning of this? But when we write any program, if any library we are using, that library should be available. If we have developed a Python program in a Python 3 version, then it will be, then in another system, in another way, the same version should be available there also. If the same version is not available, then some functionality will not work, or either maybe major functionality will not work. But if we have developed any programming language program in our Python 3.5, then it will be available for a Python 3.6 also, 3.7 also. And if 3.7 is available in different operating system, that program will be executed there also. If the program is, if we develop a program in any operating system and we can run that file in any other operating system, this is called Python. This is called platform independent. And here, why Python? Because huge support of the library. Libraries support. What is the meaning of library support? Means if we want to create any functionality, if we want to implement any logic, at the time the library is already available. Only we need to understand, we need to go through that library, we need to use that one. We don't need to create everything from scratch. It's already available in the Python. Only we need to learn that library, we can implement in our project. So because heavy library support in the Python, so it is becoming a more popular in the industry. Who uses Python? So Python is using by, in the industry, all the major companies, all the bigger companies like Google, YouTube, Meta, Amazon, Flipkart, Seagate. You know, already Seagate is a hard disk company who is developing the hard disk, or Samsung. All the companies are using the Python programming for his project according to requirement. Here now, features of Python. This is very important. What is the features of the Python? Due to this feature, we want to use the Python programming language. So it's easy to use, easy to learn, easy to use, easy to maintain, database connectivity available. With any database, we can do the connection here. And many more also. If you go in a net, then you will get a lot of features of Python also. And now we will not go more in a theory part. Now we will understand the Python IDEs and how we will install. These 2 points now we will cover, because we have little time now. Only these 2 points we will go. And basic syntax we will start from next class. So how you will install Python? If we want to work in the Python language, and if we want to create any Python program, there are two options. We can work in the Linux operating system, where Python is by default installed. We need to check what the Python version is available. But those who are new and they have the Windows OS, then they need to go there in the python.org website. This is the website of the Python. From here, you can go in a download option. You can click here also. Here you can see the versions. So you can see Python release by version number here. You can see 3.10. That is the stable version. Either you can see here also Python 3.11.2. No, not the OS you are looking for. Python can be used on many operating system and environments. Means we don't need to focus any operating system. if you want to work in your Windows OS, then you need to download this 3.112 version or either 3.10 version. Okay, here this is the stable version. You need to download from here. Okay, after then they have just changed a lot of done the changes. Okay, I think here 8 standard 3.1.0 series, we need to download this one. After then it will start the downloading the file. All right, there Python development is stable construction. They have given some file 3.1.0, 3.9 also 3.9. In 3.9 Py deprecated. You can see here these are already deprecated. They have added here this one 3.10. Some things had deprecated in 1.12 deprecated. Okay, so in all version they are doing some deprecation and they are adding some more functionality there. Okay, so we need to come here and they have done a lot of changes here for the downloading. 1 second, let me check. Python, what they have done the changes. We click on that one. Python 1.1. Directly you can download from here also. Like you can see here, it's in a tar version. Okay. In Linux, there is another option. I will explain you. For Windows, this thing we need to do. Download, we need to go there. We need to extract this one. Then we need to go here. Then you need to star file. Okay, 1 second. It's not executable file. They have done the changes now. Second. Python. Achha. Okay, so for this they have given. Source for Windows. They should provide, yes. From here you need to go in from a long time now. I am not using this one actually. We have already by default in Linux. We never came here directly. If we want to upgrade directly from terminal, we are updating. We never come here in the website and we never do the any downloading anything. We are not going there. Only from terminal directly we can upgrade the things in the Linux. That is a different environment. Okay, but in a Windows there is an environment, different environment. So you need to come here, click. You need to go in a download option. After then click on the Windows. Then the version will be available here, like 64-bit or 32-bit. You should be focus this one. If your system is 32-bit, then you need to download 32-bit. If your system is 64-bit, then you need to download 64-bit. Like you can see here, Windows embedded package. Okay, let me Windows installer package is there. You don't need to download embedded. You need to go with Windows installer package. Here exe file will be downloaded. So you can see here, no need to extract that things. Oh, sorry.
Sir, how to identify whether it is a stable or unstable version? One more time, please.
Yeah, explain. What the person is version is available, you can see here, they have mentioned here stable release. With the help of this, you can understand these all versions are stable. But but not use the exactly latest version. There are the latest version like 3.112 also here. That this is the first one is a complete stable version. So Python 3.10.10, you can use this one. Or either Python 3.9. Okay, any version you can use. Like they have told also cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. It depends on your operating system also. Which type of operating system you are using now. According to this, you need to download from here. It's already mentioned the things here very clear. Got it? Okay.
Yeah, that is good. Thank you.
Now we need to download. So when you click on this installer, don't download embedded package, don't download help, just download the installer package. So when you will be click on this one, automatically one exe file will be download. That is the exe file you need to run. After then one option will be give you there, one checkbox will be available. add path into environment variable. Always remember, click this one. Otherwise, you need to add manually the things. Like in Windows, there is some other environment. We need to add the path of the compiler in the system environment. Fine. If you will be checked during the installation of the Python, automatically it will be added there. If it will not be added there, then your program will not be executed. So you remember, when you are installing in your Windows system, you should be click on checkbox. It will be ask you add in a setup environment. Something will be checkbox there. You need to click on that checkbox. After then, when you will be install this one, after then how you will be write the code in Python? There are two ways. Okay. Maximum we are using in industry IDEs. IDEs means interactive development environment. This is interactive development environment. Either we generally in industry we are using PyCharm. Okay. And Spider is also available, lightweight, and some other many IDEs are also available. But in industry we use always PyCharm. Like here in our system, I will also use PyCharm. There are two options in the PyCharm also. You need to also install PyCharm in your system. I just explain you how you will be installed. So first of all, you need to click on PyCharm, search Google in the PyCharm. Now go there in the PyCharm website. JetBrains is a company that is developed approximately 80% IDEs. Okay, this is the topmost bigger company in the industry who is developing the IDE. Now you can come here. When here there are two options, either for professional developer or either for the community edition. Where it has gone community edition, everyone has done the changes. Community edition. You never download the professional edition. Okay, it will give you only for short time duration. So we need to search here. PyCharm stable version download. Stable version, community version. Yeah, this URL here. You need to search this one. When you will come here, then you can see this is the education version. It's a community version basically. Okay. One second. PyCharm community edition. You need to search PyCharm community edition. Okay. PyCharm community edition. After then you need to go there and you need to download. You need to close this one, close this one, close this one, this one. This is the PyCharm community edition. You can see here, there are multiple options here. This is a community one. This is a professional one. Don't go with the professional, otherwise it will be stop after few days. They will give you a few days trial period. Okay. If you are using Windows, then go in Windows, then click download here exe file. If you are Linux, the environment is different there. You need to go in a software center. No need to download. And there are some other options available also. Either we need to come here, we need to search here PyCharm. So it will give you the PyCharm community edition option here. Directly you can click on, you can install in your system. This is for the Windows Linux operating system, Ubuntu, and this is for the Windows. You need to download this exe file. After then you need to run the software, how software you are using, installing the Windows, a Word package, this type of thing, the same thing will be available. So first of all, for work in Python programming language, you need to install Python from python.org website.